probably sounds pessimistic. I I find that this undercurrent of avoidance and this holding on to suffering that I there's not even anyone here that can do anything about that. It's like that level of can't do anything. Yeah, it might be too much to say that there's no one here. I'll take that and put it aside. But I find that I can't not hold on to that suffering. And in the recognition of this, all I can do is pray. That's it. I don't even have a question.
Let me read something to you. And when you come to know yourselves, then you will become known, and you will realize that it is you who are the sons of the living Father. But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty. It is you who are that poverty. You can't let go of your suffering because you are the suffering. It is the you, the egoic sense, the one with the will of man that I've been saying. This one is suffering, is the poverty, in poverty. You see? Is suffering in suffering. It cannot do anything but surrender, as you say. I think we've said this in different ways, but this is so profound. If you're coming to see this, Andrew, stay with it, because it is so profound, because you will see that there is no exit. There is no exit strategy for the one who is the suffering, clinging to the suffering, in suffering. There's no strategy. Like you say, there's no one here who can do that. You see, because this I sense, we've said it before in a much more sort of intellectual way, which is that the I sense, the egoic I sense, is nothing more than a collection of memories. And without memory of your past, you could not state your identity the way your roles and responsibilities, and you wouldn't have any idea. A sense of I would remain. Well, we won't go into this contemplation now. But it's the I, the egoic I, is nothing more than a weave, a tapestry, a matrix of memory. Memory is nothing more than reflected thought. So, reflected thought is a product of mind. Huh? Are you with me? Reflected thought is a product of mind. Thought happens in mind. Can we say this? And if you are a tapestry of thoughts through this reflected sense called memory that calls itself Andrew, then you are a product of mind. Hmm? Son of man. Begot, 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 begot. Thought, 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 thought. Generation, generation, generation. Hmm? Always moving outward. Hmm? Go west. And so, product of mind is slave of mind. And this is why surrender is the proper use of will. This isn't really even religious. Huh? I don't think it's really even spiritual in a sense. Let's call it the science of happiness, of freedom. It's not even really psychological or emotional. It's just the way. Okay, so doing it is really hard because what you have is your will with a tremendous momentum. And to turn that will around, huh? A lot of effort and a lot of persistence. And also this, they couldn't keep their eyes open, this falling asleep, this tamas and lethargy and despondency and the sadness. Oh my goodness, the deep sorrows. Also bring so much forgetting, you know? So this is why Arjuna has to pick up his sword and fight. Now, the yogis say, in the ocean of samsara, in the suffering, as the suffering, clinging to the suffering, the one with sincerity will find a raft. The yogis say this one is called guru. So few would want to exit the water because it's all they know. And this is also this ocean of samsara, this poverty, as the poverty itself. This is why in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras it says chitta vritti nirodha. Huh? It's to bring the ocean of samsara into gradual calm. Mind and heart. Calm mind, empty heart. Empty heart is full of love. And also it says, said by the yogis, that with sincerity and a plea, like the plea that Jesus offers to God in Gethsemane, Lord, please come, take my cup. And God can throw a blanket over the ocean of samsara. So the guru's got a raft, God's got a blanket, a thick wool blanket. But sincerity, I will tell you, sincerity is essential. Allegiance to ritual. When we believe the mind and give it to the tongue, and we speak against ourselves, we're speaking in poverty. When we give it to our hands and feet, same. And it's not enough when you turn, it's not enough to speak nice things. We must follow through in symbolic action to prove to ourselves that we're sincere. Because it's so easy to say thank you and I love you. Isn't it? It's so easy to say I'm happy. If this is really what's meant, that expression, faith without works is dead. You see? You can only know yourself by what you actually demonstrate with your hands and feet. You cannot trust your tongue. And when you do, and when you do, and it's doing good and being good in this way, you will find the resistance of the mind and the heart and be glad to have exposed your insincerity. But it's only through action, only through what's called karma yoga, selfless service, loving service, that we will expose our insincerities and pull ourselves out of the delusion. Really surrender even the spiritual pride, especially the spiritual pride, and it must be through action. We can't see ourselves otherwise. What a sermon this has turned into. My apologies. And it's overtime as well. I get so animated. It's a bit silly, really. But it's true what I say. You can't fool yourself if you're doing, if your action is aligned with what you want to want. You can no longer fool yourself. And so it's essential. And so when you decide to surrender your will, you turn your will inward to the seeking and the obedience of the indwelling light that is God, that is Christ, that is Krishna, Buddha. And then you must, we've talked about this nidhyasana, you must act as if to expose the hypocrisy that remains. There's plenty of it, so lots of adventures to come.